Hey everybody, this is Aunt Jeanette for AJ's Personal Touch. How you guys doing? Kalua says she's doing fine, if you heard that. Um, anyway, I just came on here briefly. I'm making a clip. I will either add this to the beginning or the end of my next video. More than likely the beginning, especially since I just said my hellos. I get to go visit my great niece today for the first time. And I have finished the first thing I am making for her, which is a baby cocoon. I wanted to come on real quick to show this to you because I don't have time to do the whole video before we leave. So here's the baby cocoon that I made. I think it is so pretty. This is a pattern by Sunflower Cottage Crochet. Let me see here. I have patterns all over the place of things I'm working on. This is called Little Dots, and the pattern is for a preemie cocoon, but it does tell you how you can make it larger. Of course I did. For Little Dots preemie cocoon. I can't remember if it's free on her page or not. No, I tested one of her Little Dots things that she did before her last preemie blog hop. For those of you who don't follow Helen, every year she does a preemie blog hop where basically you have to agree that you will make patterns and either give them to somebody that you know who has had a baby who's a preemie, or donate them to hospitals or whoever may need them. And it's got bonding squares in there. I know she has a bonding square made with this because that's what I tested for her. But there are bonding squares. There's usually an octopus, one or two different amigurumi octopuses, because babies like tentacles. It makes them, I guess, feel like they're in the womb. And oh, there's blankets, of course. And I'm trying to think of what else there was besides bonding squares and that. Anyway, it's stuff that preemies would need. So this is one of her cocoons I got from there. Now, to show you what I did, this is actually shaped a little bit different than a regular cocoon. Usually you go out to a size and you stay that size all the way up. I knew that I wanted mine to be for an average 7-pound baby, and they said that would mean that it'd be 10 by 18 inches. So hers, I guess instead of trying to guess what it was, I should look at it. I did all the math first. You guys know I'm used to doing the math for patterns. Hers is approximately 9 by 11.5, 11 and a half inches tall. So I just needed to add an inch in width, and then I needed to add 18 high. So I did all the math to figure that out for gauge wise, and I did as many rounds as I thought I needed to, and it still wasn't coming out right on the tape measure. So 10 across. I believe, let me see, I think I have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have 10 before I start the pattern. And I should have done, I think I had figured out 6 or 7. Because her pattern goes to 6. So I thought I needed to do 8. I went to 8 and it still wasn't wide enough. But it's working on a curve here still. And if I would have realized it, it probably would have been wide enough, because by the time I got to working it and it comes up, I think this here is the widest point that I had. It was, I think it was around 12 inches wide it had gotten to. So I brought it in here. You can see to the second row here, I think is where I finally have it in. And I went up and I still wasn't quite happy with as far as I went in. So I brought it in a little bit more around in here. And then I finally brought it in up here. The first time I brought it in was on the dots one. So you couldn't really tell right down here on the dots. And then I brought it in again right here. And I kept going, and then I brought it in like here. I thought I liked it, and then I wanted it just a little bit cleaner. So I brought it in again at the top. So usually it goes out and it comes straight up. Sorry. I kind of like shaping it the way that I ended up doing by accident. And I'm thinking that from now on for the cocoons that I do, I'm going to do that, make it a little bit bigger than I wanted to, and then bring it in and gradually come in till I get to the end here. Because with this being acrylic, first of all, it's going to stretch. And by the time they're done with it, it's just going to, be stretched out a little bit more anyway. But I like this because if you look at it, when the baby's in here, first of all, I got to 18 inches, maybe a little over. So they're probably going to have to fold it down, is what I'm expecting at first. Like this, when they put her in. But that's going to give her more room down here in the feet. Because honestly, yeah, she's going to be able to use this down here. She's so tiny. But as she gets bigger, she's going to have more room down here for her feet and to move her feet a little bit. I know the whole thing is to keep her in, bunted in. But then it's also going to make it a little bit easier if they use this to travel with, to put her in, to put it in her seat, and to get the seat clasps down in between where they need to. And I just like that. And then it comes back in, and that's going to hold her arms in, better when she's in there in the cocoon, or in the burrito stage. I really wish I'd have had a cocoon for my daughter when she was little. When I watched my best friend's daughter use the first one that I made her, yeah, she got a lot of use out of it. I thought she was just, that it would just be used for taking him from, when they leave the house to go to different places, but she used it for him to sleep in. So I think that's going to give a little bit more room and make it a little bit more enjoyable for the baby. We'll see if they have any problems with it. They'll let me know, and I can go from there. Because I do hopefully plan on maybe designing one of my own in the future. We'll see. I'm not committing to learning how to make anything in the round right now. So besides what I, already have, but we'll see. I like it because it makes it very easy, and especially with all the double crochets. And these are not regular baubles. I love how these are made. I'm not going to tell you how because it's part of her pattern. And again, I don't know if it's a free pattern, so I'm not going to give away how she makes those because I loved it and it was enjoyable and it went a lot quicker than normal. And I have got to go. I have to go change and we've got to get on the road to go see the baby. So I love you guys and I will see you later when I come back to finish the video. Mwah. Later. Okay, it's me again. Today's one of those days, if my head wasn't attached, I would probably forget it. I wanted to tell you about how well my niece liked the cocoon that I gave her. I've had people ask me before, why do you make those? Why do you give those to you? A lot of people consider them more photo props. But as I had said before, I'd given one to my friend's daughter and she just loved it. Well, it turns out that my niece, she was like, when she opened it, she was like, oh my goodness, I wanted one of these. And I was like, awesome. I didn't even know if she had seen one before, and she told me, she said, I had never seen one until the photographer came in to take pictures um, of the baby. She said, I can't remember now if it was a he or she, had a couple of them for her to choose from to have the baby's picture taken in if she wanted to. It was just one of those things where you just look at something and you stare at it and you think, ooh, I'd really like to have one. And she said she even asked them where she could get one. Um, and I don't know if they didn't hear and didn't answer her back. She didn't say what, they had said. So she was just so excited to see it. And it made me just feel all nice and warm all over because, it's kind of hit and miss when we make things when we don't know if somebody's going to like it or not. And she just absolutely loved it. So just wanted to tell you guys about that. Um, I had planned on telling you about it when I came back, and then it completely left my mind until just now when I was getting the printer ready. I was like, oh no, I was going to tell you guys about that. Just you have something you want to make and you don't know if somebody's going to like it, and if it's something that you think, is really nice, just go with your heart, go with your gut, and as long as there's somebody, who likes the homemade things that you make for them anyway, which I already knew she, is, as people would say, she's homemade worthy. She's not one of those people who would look at something that I would make and be like, oh, that's nice, and set it aside. So, or maybe not even use it or realize, what goes into making something. So, and my whole family is basically like that. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. It was kind of a nice, heartwarming moment when she had told me that and how excited she was. And she can't look forward to how much she's looking forward to using it. So, I did. I placed a hook. I keep still wanting to call it Hobbii, even though after watching Bingo and Stefan, who finally told us all that it's pronounced Hobbii and not Hobbii. Oops. Anyway, I have my hubby order from winning a $20 coupon. And then I added some money to it because I used the $20 towards yarn to make myself something. Explain when I show you the yarn. And then I also bought yarn that was on sale for half price to make a couple baby items. One that's going to be for my doctor because his wife, they just had a baby. I believe I can't remember if it's their second or is it their second? Remember if they have two already and it's their third?
It's their second.
It's their second. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna make them a baby sweater. Well, both of the yarn that I got is for two different baby sweaters. One for their baby boy, and then one for my great niece. I just got to see, she's so precious. While we were there, my husband took a picture of me holding her. And I already asked my niece if it's okay if I post it on Facebook, and she said yes. So I'll be posting it at least on my personal profile. So if you happen not to be a friend of mine on there and you want to see it, um, let me know and I'll post it in the group as well. Depending when I put it up, I may just decide to go ahead and put it in the group. I didn't even read the note in here or not. And I think that I showed it close enough for you to see the address, but this is from Pearl. And this was a gift. I don't know if they actually put note on here. I don't think they ever do. But And I especially know that it's a gift because it says to sent to AJ's Personal Touch. That and the fact that I didn't order anything. And I had a friend who was asking me, like, what size hooks did I need? Did I like any of their new hooks? So on and so forth. And she really likes to gift me a pearl hook, usually for my birthday or Christmas. And I believe this was for my birthday. So this is from my friend Nadine. Nadine, if you're watching, I'm missing you terribly. I'm able to talk to you for a while. Gorgeous. Name of it on here. It just says wait, open other end. I don't honestly didn't think it mattered what end you open. Streamline. I am not finding the name on here, and of course I just put all the other stuff away. I think to look at the name of the hook. Now I am an affiliate for Furls, and if you ever want to buy anything, my link is down below. They are coming out with a new hook tomorrow. I don't have time to go and post everything. It's supposed to be a different version of this hook. This is the Moonlight Streamline Glitter Crochet Hook. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I am not a big fan of their hooks with all the glitter in them, but this one, for whatever reason, when I saw it, I really, really liked it. And I think it's because it's the black that goes into the clear on the bottom. Now, the one coming out tomorrow, I don't remember the name of it, but I believe it's a blue that's going to go into like the same kind of bottom. And I'm not telling you anything that you're not supposed to know, because by the time you see this, by the time it's posted, it's going to be tomorrow anyway. And I believe that I can post images and things about it today. I better check that out and make sure, because if I can't, then I need to set a timer on this so it doesn't come out until tomorrow. So let me check this really quick, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to end up forgetting. I know myself well enough. Let me go there. A little heads up. There we go. But then here it is, real close again. This one is a size P. Thought I had every size, but I did not have the P, and I do not have, I think it's Q. Today we're adjustment to the prices. It looks like they're changing prices starting February 1st. So this is not the mail that I thought I was going to look at. So if you guys haven't seen your email from referrals today, that was something that went out to everybody. They're changing prices starting the 1st. They said, from the gist of what I read, just basically $1 to a couple dollars on 4 different lines. But I didn't read what all the lines were. I'm sure probably my guess would be the Streamline, maybe the Alphas. I don't know. I'll have to go back and read it later. There we go. There's the one that I read earlier. They're calling it a cousin to the Moonlight one. Limited edition Wonderland Streamline Glitter Resin. hook with the top portion being a wintry light blue with the bottom clear with the same sparkly glitter as the moonlight. Now that sounds gorgeous. I would love that one too. I know they just restocked their Aquarius hooks as well. I have that one already. It's my husband's birth sign. It's a gorgeous hook. All of my hooks like this are in the back room, or I would show you that one real quick. Expected release date tomorrow. When does it say? But it almost makes you expected release date. Where we can find our links, the resources. Okay, it looks like we can tell you about it right now. So, okay, it's expected to come out tomorrow. It doesn't say, sometimes it tells us you are not allowed to post anything until the day of release. This doesn't say that, so it should be fine. And if I remember right, of course I closed it already. They usually release it at either 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So, sounds like a beautiful hook. Since I love this one, I would think that it being that light sea blue color, that it would be just extremely gorgeous. Yeah, at 10 a.m. Central Time. So 11 time Eastern Standard Time. There you go. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I meant to look at the pictures earlier, but I didn't have time. So again, here's the moonlight one. I just think it is so pretty. I can't afford any hooks right now, personally, so unless it's something that I just don't have and I absolutely have to have it. I usually try to get the New Furls one if I like them, if I think they're like really pretty. But the last 2 years, it's like, has not been on my list of okay right now. Although they're putting a couple of them in the vault that I had wanted. I remember right, I looked at the one and all the sizes that were available were stuff that I don't need. Because eventually I would like to have, right now I have my husband's star sign, mine, and my daughter's. I would like to have my son-in-law's, which is not out yet. I would like to have my dad's, which I don't think is out yet. And I would like to have my mom's. Now my mom's is out and they're getting ready to put it in the vault. And they didn't have any colors that I need or sizes that I need, and I just don't want to buy them willy-nilly. To me, it's really more important to have my son-in-law's, since I already have my daughter's, than, everybody in the family. I don't need to have everybody's sign. And my mom's is red, and I'm not that huge on red, but it's still a really pretty hook. Okay, the first yarn out of my Hobbii bag. This is so pretty. And it is so soft. This is the first yarn I had ever heard about somebody talk about with Hobbii yarn. I didn't even know they were a company until I heard somebody talking about this yarn. That person is Ginger, the yarn geek. And I have a cookie cake. Ever since I heard and saw her cookie cake that she had gotten, I've always wanted to get a cookie. They don't put the cookie cakes on sale very often. And I didn't get it on a sale price, which I would have liked to. But since I had my $20 coupon that I won from live shopping, I decided it was time for me to get my cookie cakes, which I got 2 of this one. The number on this one is, it says 46209. Under lot, it says 04. I'm thinking it's color 4. I know it was towards the beginning. I believe the colorway name on this one is Meadow. I believe that's right when you look on the page. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this one was Meadow. I was going back between 2 of them. There was Meadow and there was a blue one. Starlight something, or oh, there was 3 actually. There was a Starlight one, and then there was a blueberry pudding or something like that. And this was my first choice all along. It's been the one I've loved forever, so I went back to this one. So there's the one, and here is the second one. Reach the specs. Cookie pure acrylic yarn. 200 grams. It has 600 meters. Let's see. Huh. This is made by a company named Jarbo. And it says if you want inspiration and patterns, you can go to www.jarbo.se. I have to go there and look. I know what I want to make. I didn't look at Hobbie's site for patterns, which I had meant to do. I guess I was thinking this was a Hobbii yarn, but they do carry yarns that other people make, so it's OEKO Tex certified. It's a standard 100. It was made in Gavle, Sweden. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. It is 100% acrylic. Oh, it says made in India. The company is from Sweden. The yarn itself was made in India. Sorry about that. It takes a 5mm set of knitting needles or a 4 to 5.5mm crochet hook. And it looks like it's machine washable at 40 degrees Celsius. Do not iron. Do not dry. Could be dry cleaned with a pea solvent. I'm starting to learn how to read these signs, some of them. And it says no fabric softener. Cool. It does not say how many yards on here, but usually I know when you take the meters, you add on, I think it's at least 20, and when you get the yards. So at least 620 yards in here, I think. I know yardage is always more. Yards is more than the meters. So I usually just add on 20 and go from there. So there you go. There is my Meadow cookie cake. And if you want to know what I'm making, I think I may have told you guys before, but I can't remember. I'm going to make a shawl. For those of you who have been watching me for a little bit, you know I've been having issues in the car, especially when I go down to Indy for my appointments, where we think that my vertigo has been bothering me and I'm on medication for it now. But even when I took my meds, I still either was extremely tired or I still felt really sick the last time. And when it's in the winter, and with the heat, it makes it even worse. And I get to where I start to shake, and then I get to where my stomach just hurts. And I know some of it is a car sick feeling, and my doctor he said basically vertigo, car sickness feels, the same. So I know I have vertigo. I know it wasn't so bad when my doctor had found it in me before. And it's just been recently that I've started getting really, really feeling yuck when I'm in the car. And like I said, it's usually in the winter when it's just really hot in the car from the heater being on. Even when it's turned down and the fan isn't going, I just tend to get overheated and my face gets all red and I just feel really yuck. I have to open the window sometimes. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to have to ask my husband to pull over. So I thought one of the good things to do, because my coat, when I put it on, is almost always makes me hot, really quickly. When we first get in the car to go down to Indy, and especially if it's been snowing and it's cold, my husband starts it and runs it for a little bit, but it's still cold. And then I usually need to, be bundled up. But then by the time we're even out of town, I'm starting to feel the heat. And by the time, I want to say we're half an hour out of town, I'm trying to pull my coat off. And that just gets really hard after a while to try and pull the coat off while you've got the your seatbelt on and everything. So I figured what I really need is a winter shawl made with a heavier weight yarn. Like I said, I've always wanted a cookie, but I was going to get something else because um, I know I want to make some other shawls. I want to make some springtime and summer shawls. And the first $20 coupon that I had won, I got a Sultan cake in one of their opal colors. And then I had gotten not the dahlia, but it's another flower name cake in a rosy color. It's got grays that go into like a rose pink and a rose and a burgundy-ish like pink, and it's really gorgeous. So those I bought to make myself shawls with. But I'm going to make. I was trying to decide between a wrap and a shawl, and I decided on a shawl because a wrap, I'm still going to have the same problem as with the coat. I'm going to wrap it around me, and then I'm going to have to, try to unwrap it. So with a shawl, I can, especially a triangle shawl, I can put it on, have it over my shoulders, and then I can just pull it back and leave the shawl in the seat behind me, or I can pull it off. And if my legs are cold because they stay colder than the rest of me, I can drape it over my legs, kind of like a blanket. And then even if it's frigid cold outside and when we stop at the truck stop, I can just pull it on and wrap myself in it and be nice and toasty from it. And then, go in, use the restroom, come back, and again, stay wrapped up in it as long as I need, and then I can take it off. So I'm assuming it's going to be a lot easier to do that than to keep trying to pull a coat on and off. And right now my coats are a little bit larger on me. I need to get a coat that fits me better. But I can't really see me ever getting like a really heavy, heavy winter coat. We'll see. If I ever want to go outside and spend time outside in the winter, then I'm going to need a heavy coat. But otherwise, I think this will work for me really well. Now, on to the other yarn. I saw Gia show this, I think in live shopping. Not her last one that she was on because I missed that one and I had to rewatch it, but I think maybe the time before that. I got some kind feather. And this is a Hobbii yarn. 100% premium acrylic. Oh, and it is. I couldn't wait to get this and to feel it and to see if it felt as good as Gia explained it. It was like, if you want superwash merino, but you're allergic to wool and cannot use superwash merino, that you should get kind feather and use it. And it feels really nice. It really does. It feels like some of my superwash merino. Um, I was thinking there's no way. And originally, anything that I was told that would feel that soft, I would be like, oh no, it takes the moisture out of my hands. But I am doing so much better with that. Making myself work with yarns that I wouldn't use before, and I think it's helping. I think I'm starting to become desensitized, not completely to everything, but to some things. I think I am truly starting. I would have touched this before, and I would have been like, oh, I need to put it in a bag and get it away from me. But here I am. I'm still squeezing it. It feels nice. So, like I said, 100% premium acrylic. I don't remember the color name of this green, but I saw this green and fell in love with it on the site. Color number is 19. If you happen to like this, it's color 19. Product for Hobbii. Kind feather, 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 235 meters, 257 yards. So see, yeah, that's almost 20 more. So that's why I said I add 20 to the meters, and that I figure it's around the yardage. It's a size 3. It's a DK weight. They recommend 4mm knitting needles. Oh, which on the other one, the cookie, that's a size 4 weight. Sorry, it's a worsted weight. I think I forgot to tell you guys that. And then a 4.5mm crochet. So that I always think that's kind of weird when like this is a DK weight and it's the same exact size hook and needles that they said that I would need for the worsted weight. I'm like, okay. That always surprises me when that happens. But okay, so I got 2 of these green ones. These are going to make a sweater for my doctor's new baby son. And then I got 2 yellow. And this is color number 4. Okay, 19. This is 4. I want to say this was I think they had sunflower yellow and butter yellow, maybe was the names that they had used, and this is the butter, if I remember right. I know it wasn't the darker gold one, which I believe was the sunflower. And this is for a sweater for my new great niece. I literally ordered the yarn and then she was born like the next day. I had really been looking at the pink. I even wanted to order pink, and I was like, nope, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I would have been fine if I would have ordered the pink. But like my niece said, she likes yellow. From what you'll see when I post the picture that my husband took today, the baby was wrapped in a yellow blanket. I did good there too because all of her stuff is that mega, mega soft. One of the things I have problems with, like with baby blankets and things by the store now, is they're made with that mega, mega soft material. And the blanket she was wrapped in was like that. And at first I was like, oh no, I'm not going to deal well with this. But I did fine. And actually, the couch I was sitting on, she had a blanket on the couch. They have dogs and a cat. And I put my hand down to touch it at one point, and it was the super soft stuff. And that actually bothered me more than the one that she was wrapped up in. So, yeah, I'm starting to get used to it. I don't know if I'll ever like completely be 100% used to it, but I'm getting there. I'm starting. So that is all of my yarn. I am so excited. I'm also starting on the baby blanket, which I'm just going to go ahead and put these in here. I need to take out a couple books that I put in here to look at. I am designing the baby's blanket for my great niece myself. So I am not looking for a pattern to use, but I'm actually designing it myself. So I am really thrilled to be doing that. I am excited to not only give her something, you know, that her aunt made for her, but also something that I designed for her as well. I'm really excited. Actually, now that I put the yarn in here, I'm thinking I probably need to put these in a different bag. Leave the baby blanket in there and put the sweaters in a different bag. I'm planning on using the same pattern for both sweaters. There's one that I found that I just absolutely love. I think it was on sale, and a happy end of year, new year sale from Ambassador Crochet. But I can't remember if that's where I got the sweater I'm making or not. It's either hers or Two Brothers blankets. So once I get it, I actually need to go and open up my printer and print it out tonight. So I'll try to remember to list a link to go and see it down below. So pretty sure it's Ambassador. But anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here. It's 30 minutes. Once I add the other one to it, it's going to be like 35, something like that. So, I love you guys. Remember you matter. Also remember you're gorgeous and you're beautiful, and don't let anybody tell you. And I can't wait to share with you guys everything I make here soon. I have so much I've got to start on a Christmas gift because I'm going to start doing Christmas this month, so I need to get started. So I'm probably going to start my niece and nephew's blanket that I'm making. Can't wait to get started or finished working on cal number 5 on my channel. In here, and I can't wait to show you once it's done, I have moose pieces. They're all stuffed. I just need to finish sewing them together. I now have the head attached to his body. I also have a stuffed taco rattle that I made. I will be showing you guys these closer up once they're done. Starting to feel better. I still have pain after my procedure, but it's slowly going away. It just took a while to get my pain meds, so but it's going. So I cannot wait to do all the things I need to do, which includes cleaning in the back room and in my bedroom. So a lot of things to keep me busy. Oh, and I want to get posted dates for have one-on-ones with you guys if you guys want to sit and virtual chat with me, just one-on-one, not in a group. So I need to get some of those put together. But what I need to know from you guys is what time of the day is best for you, because I can do a one-on-one basically at any time. It's not like I'm somebody who only has so much time for my channel and, you know, then have to go to work and, you know, stuff like that. So what time are you guys looking for? I'm thinking anywhere from noon to cutoff time would be like 5 o'clock. And then there's just certain days I wouldn't be able to do that. You know, like if I put up dates today, I wouldn't be able to put up anything for next Tuesday because I have a root canal next Tuesday. Yuck. But gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah. Let me know. Let me know what time frame is good for you guys. If somebody needs later in the evening or at night, let me know. I mean, I can basically make almost any time happen. Right now, the only time that I can tell you that I would not be able to do would be early morning until I get myself back on schedule. I was loving it when I was waking up every day, almost 8 o'clock in the morning, staying up, getting things done, getting videos made and things. So I really want to get back to that. So anyway, I love you. I can't wait to get this new year started. I know I'm late, but I'm trying to get there. Love you guys. Later.